there, mortals, and welcome back to Monster Month.
We're taking a break from genetically engineered human-animal hybrids this week.
Instead, we're looking at cold, hard technology and how it creates monsters.
Meet Overkill. This figure was released in 2003 with all original body parts. But before we get started, I should point out this isn't the first toy called Overkill in G.I. Joe.
The first guy was from 1993.
This figure, he was a robot, but isn't the same character as the one we're discussing today. Also, this guy's name is Overkill, one word, while our subject is called Overkill, two words.
I can therefore only assume that this is this guy's real name.
So meet Mr. Kill, part man, part machine, all evil. I must say, I really like the sleek look of the figure. There's a bit of Borg there, a bit of cyberpunk, and it conveys the cyborg look in a more subtle way than, say, RoboCop does. I really like the red mask. In most cases, Cobras wear masks so they're not recognized. But in this case, you are left free to wonder just what is under there. A grotesque disfigurement? Robot parts?
We don't find out.
Unlike last week's Razor Claw, most of this guy's face remains a mystery. The helmet is removable, but the mask isn't. I would have preferred it if he was bald underneath, though, maybe with some electronics sticking out of his head. He came with a few nice accessories. The helmet, like I mentioned before, and two arm attachments, namely a gun and a fierce blade. Also, he has a knife. Seems like overkill, no pun intended, when he already has the attachment. Overall, it's a fine figure and a clear example of the horrors that can occur when man and machine are combined. But which is he more? A man or a machine?
Let's find out, shall we? When we talk about the character, starting with the file card.
His body is over 50% mechanical, with integrated body armor and a breathing unit, making you wonder even more what's under the red cloth. He also has a wireless modem implanted in his brain. And considering this guy is from 2003, I have to wonder if it's still dial-up.
Must give him one hell of a migraine.
Also, if he's got any humanity left, he's probably surfing for porn most of the time he's awake. He's in command of an entire unit of bats. Being around mindless robots most of the time has messed him up somewhat. He pretends the androids have personalities. He gives them names and even picks out favorites. This one is Snuggles, this one's Dave, and this one's Grand Admiral Kraslov, Devourer of Minds. He hates Tunnel Rat because that Joe once poured sand into a shipment of oil meant for the battle android troopers, disabling half of them. Yeah, this is just about the most flimsy excuse they've ever given for why these two were sold in a Versus pack.
Overkill did appear in the Image comic run, but we don't have those here.
From what information we could find, he has a whole different origin story there. It turns out he's actually a saw viper. No. Scratch that. He is the saw viper. Meaning the one that single-handedly killed a bunch of Joes in one issue of the original series.
Yeah, I call bullcrap.
You see, that guy's story ended with Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, and Ninja Force going after him for some payback, coming back with his helmet. No way he lived. And that leaves us once again with the Valor vs. Venom movie.
It's not good.
He repeats everything he says, making him sound, slow, to put it politely.
Not my job, not my job. Mindbender's job, not my job.
He feels machines are superior to humans, so he isn't all that impressed with Mindbender's DNA experiments.
It's Mindbender's obsession with organics that's holding back Cobra.
Get over it, you biomechanical dolt!
As an interesting side note, there was this.
Oh, is that all? Overkill, hook the General up to your new brainwave scanner and download his memory.
In this universe, it was apparently Overkill who invented the brainwave scanner, not Dr. Venom or Mindbender. Seems like a really weird arbitrary change. Also, in the cartoon, and only in the cartoon, he is able to extend his arms. Yeah, they totally stole that from Masters of the Universe.
I have a problem with this.
I mean, why the hell would you give a character an ability that the toy doesn't have? Because the figure sure as hell can't do that. Considering this is basically one giant toy ad, I'd call this false advertising. Anyway, Overkill ends up betraying Cobra Commander and joining Venomous Maximus in a ploy to take over the world. Then there's the long final confrontation between G.I.Joe and Cobra where he doesn't appear at all.
That's right. During the entire ending sequence, he doesn't fight once.
All we see after the fight is over is him just standing in a large room with his robots. And they all have had their thumbs in their exhaust ports for the entire fight. Then they all get blown up, including Overkill. Nice job, dumbass. You contributed nothing and are now dead.
Or is he?
You see, there's an epilogue here. This movie had an extra scene after the credits. A full 4 years before Iron Man would make that sort of thing popular again. It shows Overkill extending his arm out of the rubble.
Ah, that's just so cute. They thought they'd get a sequel.
And that was Overkill. Though I should point out there was another figure released, one we don't have access to here, so I can only give you an impression. While the human face on a machine body is very eerie and monstrous, the toy as a whole looks like what would happen if, instead of OCP, Tonka Toys would have built RoboCop. As for the toy and character we do have, the look is good, sleek with an air of hidden horror behind the red cloth. Though I do wish his character had been a little less comical and a bit more fear-inducing.
Until next time, mere mortals, when we conclude Monster Month. It will take your breath away.